Good evening, and welcome, 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 welcome to the American Enterprise Institute's 2024 annual dinner. I'm Robert Doar. I want to first thank tonight's dinner sponsors, J.P. Morgan Chase and Dan and Gail Daniello. And I'd also like to thank the National Building Museum for hosting us this evening. Now, all of us at AEI are also grateful to all of you, our supporters and friends, fellow scholars and trustees, for all that you do for our institution and our country. And boy, I'm overjoyed to gather together to honor a major American leader just 1 week after the conclusion of another free and fair election here in the United States. Now, as has always happened in America, the rightful winner of the election will be sworn in as president. And as we congratulated President Biden 4 years ago, tonight we congratulate President Trump. Now, there are many ways to interpret the American people's decision last week, but I think one theme needs emphasizing. Policy matters. And the way that policy impacts people's daily lives matters a lot. And on Election Day, the American people spoke up and said historic deficit spending leading to painful inflation mattered. A failure to secure our southern border mattered. A failure to deter Russia and Iran mattered. And disdaining the deeply felt cultural values of Americans mattered too. The new administration and Congress will face very large challenges, from tax policy to trade to preserving the freedom and independence of Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. And AEI scholars will be at the center of these discussions, offering expert analysis and solutions rooted in empirical scholarship to advance our country's most important priorities, which include expanding freedom, opportunity, and prosperity, promoting a respect for the rule of law and the great wisdom of our Constitution, and strengthening American global leadership. And when it comes to advancing those priorities, there is no more fitting person to honor than the United States Senate Republican leader, Mitch McConnell. Leader McConnell has represented the Commonwealth of Kentucky in Congress since 1985. Senator Graham was in that class. They came in together. And over the course of Senator McConnell's career, he's been responsible for some of the most significant policy achievements of the past 40 years. Among them, comprehensive tax reform, critical investments in our national defense and our allies, and of course, the transformation of the federal judiciary. The leader has also offered a steady, sober, and often bipartisan hand to steer our country through major crises, from the 2008 financial crisis, to debt ceiling battles, to COVID, and to the proper and timely certification of the 2020 election results. Tonight is the ideal moment to recognize his place as the single greatest leader in the history of the United States Senate. So that's right. When it comes to Senate leadership, he's the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Now, I know that's a bold statement, and our country has been blessed with many Senate leaders of distinction, great compromisers of the 19th century like Daniel Webster and Henry Clay, international statesmen like Henry Cabot Lodge and Arthur Vandenberg, cunning tacticians like Lyndon Johnson, devoted institutionalists and champions of the first branch of government like Russell Long and Robert Byrd and Everett Dirksen, and great moral leaders like Jack Danforth and Margaret Chase Smith. But what makes Leader McConnell stand above all of them is the way he's combined these difficult roles. He's been a devoted institutionalist, defending the legislative filibuster even when a Republican president demanded he end it. He's been a great compromiser, working across the aisle when duty and patriotism required it. He's been a principled international statesman, helping Ukraine and our allies resist aggression abroad, even in the face of skepticism from his own party. For all of this, we are grateful to you, Leader McConnell. But he's also been a brilliant electoral strategist, rebuilding the GOP Senate from its nadir in 2008, and once again delivering a GOP majority in his last election as a leader. And when called for, he's been a masterful tactician, keeping his party united to confirm more than 200 federal judges and 3 Supreme Court justices. It's a long list. It's a long list, Senator McConnell. Not only has Leader McConnell combined all these roles to greater effect than any of his predecessors, he's done so at a time when congressional leadership has never been more difficult. Now, what really counts in judging a leader's accomplishments are results for the American people. And here, I think we need to recognize the tremendous progress our country has made in the past half-century as Leader McConnell has led us. Free markets and American strength have generated unprecedented peace and prosperity at home and abroad. And the reaffirmation of the founders' constitutional vision has renewed the proper operation of the separation of powers and of federalism. So it's a long list, and it's a great, great thing that we're doing tonight to honor the greatest leader in the history of the United States Senate.